Yo guys, welcome back to LeadFoot TV. So today I'm gonna go do some work on my Skyline. I'm absolutely knackered. I've been at work and I work as a breakdown technician, so I kind of like an RAC AA kind of person, just go out and try and fix people's cars at the side of the road. And I've just been called out all week in the middle of the night. Every day of my shift I've been out in the middle of the night, and I'm just so knackered. I'm kind of relying on the energy drinks to keep me awake. And yeah, I've been trying to cut out the energy drinks for weeks now because I'm definitely addicted to them. It's probably not good, so I've been trying to cut them out, but yeah, this week's just totally killed that. So yeah, anyway, I'm in my RX-8. We're going to Greg's Auto Body because I'm going to go do some work on my Skyline. I'd say 90% of the people watching this probably don't even realize I've got a Skyline, because I haven't done a video on it in a year. I double checked before I started filming this and to see how long it was before I did it, since I did a video. It has been a year pretty much. So yeah, I have an R32 GTS-T. It is unfortunately automatic, but it won't be for very long. Yeah, basically the R32 Skyline is just my dream car. I just love everything about it. I love the look. I love just the RB engine. Just everything. Ever since I've been into cars, from being 14, 15 years old, I've always wanted an R32. A couple of years before I bought this, I was looking at buying an R32 GTR, and I kind of left it and was like, oh, I'll get one at a later date when I'm in a bit of a better financial situation, and that was a total proper fuck up, because they just went up ridiculous in that amount of time. I had the money there and then to buy the car, and I should have just bought it. And yeah, just now I just can't afford one now. So a really cheap, the R32 GTS-T came up really cheap. It was such a good deal, and I just jumped on it because I just didn't want to miss out. And actually, since I've bought the R32, since I bought the GTS-T, that's gone up in value ridiculously as well. So I did buy that at the right time, which was cool. So yeah, anyway, I've got an R32 GTS-T, and it has been in the body shop for yeah, just over a year, I think. Yeah, just over a year now. What happened was my friend Greg started working for himself, and I took this Skyline to him because I thought I'd help him. I needed body work doing, basically, and I thought I'd help him out, giving him a bit of work. And we originally planned to do it all in a couple of weeks. Greg's just he is mega at his job, and he's such a nice guy as well. And yeah, he got so busy pretty much instantly. He just was overrun with work. So I said to him, basically, just take time with it, fit little bits in wherever you can. If you've got a quiet day or whatever, just do some work on my Skyline. Yeah, and obviously since then he hasn't had very many quiet days, so the progress has been a little bit slow, but it's kind of one of those things. I'd rather it was done right than rush it. So it's been there for about a year, just doing little bit jobs here and there. But yeah, it's what has been done so far is really good. So basically, it had a lot of rust holes here and there. Nothing. It's not rotten, but it's there's just little patches here and there. And I want the car perfect, literally as good as I can get it. So We stripped the whole car down and went through absolutely everything. Anything that needed repairing has been repaired. Like regardless of cost, I just wanted it right. So at the moment it's all been sanded down. The bonnet's been taken back to bare metal just to get any like defects or stone chips or anything out of it. Yeah, and it's sanded down. All the welding's been done now. Kind of just at the point where the kit, the like bits of body kit that I've bought for it need fitting. I originally wasn't sure about even putting any kind of like modifying it at all. I kind of wanted to keep it original, keep it grey, not put anything on it. But then I can't, because I just kind of was like, oh, I don't want it to devalue it, I guess. But then I kind of thought, like, I'm not going to ever get rid of this car, like regardless. Like I just can't see myself selling it. So I just decided to do what I wanted to do to it and fuck what everyone else thinks. So yeah, I'm doing what I wanted to do. So that I've got a few little body modifications for it. So I went for the Vertex side skirts because I really like those. They're not the greatest fit, so we've had to like kind of modify them a little bit to make them fit better. Well, we have to. We haven't done it yet. And then I've got the Trust rear spats, which are the spats that actually go down the side of the back bumper and then round, and then round the back of it as well. And then we've got a lip off an R32 GTR for the front. That needs modifying to fit because I'm going to keep the GTS-T front end. I wanted to do something different. Like, I know almost everyone when I got the car is like, GTR front, swap it, GTR front, swap it. And I just don't, I didn't want to do that because everybody does that. And I didn't want to try and make my car look like something it wasn't. So I'm not going to get rid of the GTS-T front end. Basically because I think I can make it look cool, really cool with the GTS-T front end, whereas if I put the GTR front on it, it'll just be another GTR front swapped GTS-T, and I think I can do a lot better job of it basically with keeping the GTS-T front end. So we're gonna keep the GTS-T front end. I've already modified the front bumper and stuff, ready for when it eventually gets an intercooler on the front mount intercooler. So I've modified the front bumper last time I went up, and the lip just needs modifying to fit the GTS-T front bumper, which Greg will probably do so that I don't mess it up. And then because the lip cost me it's absolutely shagged, the lip, and it could still cost me 350 quid. So it needs a repair. Greg's going to repair it and then modify it to fit. So yeah, that's where the Skyline's up to at the moment. Today I'm going to go up there. I'm going to basically, all the wheels are off it at the moment, so we're going to just go at it with the angle grinder and the wire wheel and just take all the paint off the inside of the inner arches, and then I'm going to underseal all the inner arches just to stop any more rust from happening. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. I'm going to go up there now, and just attack the inner arches with the angle grinder basically, and then we'll underseal all the arches. I'll see where I'm up to then, because I've got all day pretty much to spend up there doing work on it. So we'll get to that point. If I've got any time after that, then we'll maybe do a few more little jobs on it. But yeah, we'll pick it back up when I get to Greg's unit. Yeah, so sorry about the audio in the car. I've got this really old SJ action camera that I bought off eBay. It was like 40 quid like 7 years ago. So it's not the most. It's actually pretty decent quality for what I paid for it. But every now and again, it'll just pick up the it just picks up the road noise over my voice and kind of fades my voice out into the background, which is quite annoying. So later today, I'm going to go buy a GoPro Hero 7 Black, and then I can get some better in-car footage, and hopefully I won't sound like I've fallen down a hole all the time. So yeah, I've got a car feature coming up this weekend, and then I've actually doing a review on a brand new car as well. So it'll be good to be able to get some better in-car footage. And yeah, when I got to Greg's as well, there was somebody sanding pretty much all day, so I couldn't really get any footage of me talking there either. So I've just got some shots of the car and shots of the work that I'm doing, and I'll just talk you through it now. So this is the car in its current state. As you can see, it's kind of looking a bit sorry for itself. There won't be that much filler on the back arch when it gets done. It's literally just been roughly skimmed over to kind of stop the rust getting to it. But yeah, it's still that back arch still needs sanding down. As you can see on like the front wing and the door is there's been a few dent repairs and stuff because there was a few dents. There was where the filler is on the back arch, there was a huge dent and scrape in there. That was probably the worst part of the bodywork. But yeah, as you saw in the pictures earlier, it looks really clean in pictures. From a distance, it always looked absolutely fine, but when you got close, it was actually like pretty bad. The bodywork was pretty bad. It was almost rust free as well, to be honest. It didn't need a lot of welding compared to a lot of the other ones that I've seen. And yeah, so the bodywork was all faded. There was loads of scrapes and scratches everywhere, but it was all like surface, so it like other than that big dint on the back arch, there was just a couple of like parking dings, like really small parking dings, and then like the paint had faded and gone really crappy, and all the lacquer had come off on the spoiler. There was loads of scratches everywhere, but like overall the bodywork was actually quite straight. So it's just been like a case of just pulling out the little dents and fixing that big scrape on the back, and yeah, and then just doing tiny little bits of welding. But there hasn't been a huge amount of welding done to it. As you can see at the bottom of that arch where I've got the grinder now is that was welded up because that had pretty much just fallen out. There was a little bit on the back of the car where the fuel tank strap goes up to that needed welding, and then a little bit on the sill on the other side of the car, and then again a little bit on the inner arch on the other side as well. But compared to a lot of them, because a lot of them rot on the insides of the front arches, and actually it's absolutely solid on the front arches as well. So it wasn't hugely, although it had some rust, it wasn't hugely rotten compared to a lot of them that you see. So yeah, what I'm doing at the moment is obviously I'm taking the arches back down to bare metal. The reason I'm doing that is I just want to literally get rid of any rust I can, because I don't want it coming back. So I'm taking the arches right back down to bare metal. And then if there was little spots of rust, like surface rust starting in places, so I've just like really gone at that with the grinder to get rid of it. So and then obviously we've got a nice smooth surface to paint the inner arches. So yeah, we're going to be using like this really tough underseal. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's like it dries like rock solid, and so if any stones fly up into it, it won't even chip the paint. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. It took a while. As you can see, there's those little grooves to reinforce the arches that were a pain in the arse to get round. And yeah, it took me about 3 or 4 hours to do the first one because because I only had a sanding disc. I think next time I'm going to take up a wire wheel, because I think it'll be easier with a wire wheel, because I can go at it like straight on, which will be a little bit easier. But yeah, next time I'm going to go up. I've got the other 3 arches to do. I think it'll probably take me half as much time to do the other rear arch, and then the front arches are obviously there's not as much metal on the insides of the front arches, so that shouldn't take as long, and they're smooth as well. So I'll be able to just get straight at them with the grinder and just hopefully hammer them out within the day. And then we'll get some primer on them and paint them. And then if I get enough time, probably finish sanding off the bonnet. So taking the bonnet right back down to bare metal. It's already been half done, so half the bonnet's been taken back down to bare metal. So I can hopefully do that. Basically, just the aim of this is these are like simple jobs that I can do. I'm not a bodywork person, so these are just simple jobs that I can do to take a bit of pressure off Greg, so that he's not quite as stressed. So yeah, so I want to try and get these little jobs done for him, and then he's moving his unit again in a couple of weeks. So I think what his aim is at the moment, from what he said, is finish off all the other jobs that he's got in the garage now, and then when he moves into his new unit, he'll literally just have my car so that he can polish it off first before he starts anything else. So yeah, it shouldn't be too long before I get it back. Like I said, I'm going to spray it a different color. I've got little bits of body kit and stuff to go on it. Not body kit, but like I've got skirts and lips to go on it. Yeah, and I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, I'm spraying it a different color. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's different. You definitely won't have ever seen it before. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it back so that I can actually start modifying it and doing some stuff on the engine and getting the wheels and the suspension and everything on it. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at the moment. As you can see, this is the video now of me that inner arch all finished and back down to bare metal. I didn't go completely back down to bare metal. I kind of skimmed over everything, and then the bits that looked like they were starting to rust, I went at a bit harder. So yeah, that's where we're at. Not that exciting, but next week hopefully I'll have all the arches in paint and everything so that we can yeah, finish off that, get the wheels back on, and then yes, finish off the rest of the bodywork ready for it to be painted. And then I'm hoping to have it back by like end of May. No, beginning of May, sorry. So end of April, beginning of May. So yeah, that's what we're aiming for. And hopefully there won't be somebody sanding all day next time I go up, so that I can get some better footage. But yeah, catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.